Which of these do you think is most important to be successful in life and why?
I think that time management is the most important thing to be successful in life because you have to know how to balance your schedule and make time for work, school, family, and friends, and I think that's key in success.
I think the diversity in communication really applies to success because now we live in a world where internet is so dominant and we can connect with anyone across the world. So you have to be able to understand the different diversities and you have to be able to communicate with them. And I apply leadership to that so that I can really feel comfortable. And leadership is not about necessarily telling people what to do. It's about understanding what needs to be done and how it can be accomplished best. So with diversity in communication, you really have to understand the strengths that people provide versus their weaknesses, and kind of organize and understand really what's going on and organize everything so that everything goes as smooth as possible. Whether it's in just a simple interview or just one-on-one communication, or even a big project you have to do. So it's very important to be able to interpret that and do that on a daily basis.
Time management, because it's something that is going to come really useful in the work, the in real life. So I work at Artrex right now, so that's a really big company, but we have to work around that schedule. I work 40 hours a week, and that's from 4 to 2:30 at night, and I go to school from 8 to 2 in the afternoon. So actually doing what's most important first, that's something that you gotta learn how to handle and work around. So time management, definitely.
Alright, so from the list that I just showed you, which of those do you think is the most important to be successful in life and why?
My young brothers. I feel like the one on the list that's most important is memory and test taking. Based on the memory, you have to have a great amount of study, and as far as that goes, here comes the great amount of testing. Call me.
The most important is the option of critical, creative, and practical thinking, because I think these are the key to the rest of your education. If you can do these, if you have mastered these skills, the rest of your education is going to be a piece of cake. Not only that, but your profession will also benefit from this, that you will rise and excel in your profession if you've learned to do these things. Critical thinking means that you will be careful about what you believe and don't believe. Creativity is the key to success in your business and to college as well. But the practical thinking is one that we often overlook, and I think it's just as important as the other two. Sometimes we lose sight of the pragmatic because we are thinking creatively to the point where we're losing our practical side, and I think that's an important thing to keep in mind. So if you can master this skill, I think you are ready to succeed.
I believe personally that it's time management, because if you're not managing your time well, you become irresponsible, you procrastinate, and you just end up losing track of time and things and what to do. So that's what I believe.
Financial literacy. You need to know how to manage your money in order to continue through life. If you don't have enough money when you start a job or finish one, then you won't really be able to have food, shelter, or clothing, whatever you need to live through the rest of your life.
Hello, Professor Newhouse and class. It's a pleasure to be asked this question. There's one word here that encompasses all the others: wellness. A lot of people think that wellness is just physical wellness, but it has to do with emotional wellness, spiritual wellness, mental wellness, all kinds of wellness, not just physical. If I'm well, I manage my time. If I'm well, I'm literate in all kinds of ways. If I'm well, I can think creatively and practically. If I'm well, I know how to learn because I'm intellectually curious. If I'm well, I can listen because I'm engaged with other people. If I'm well, I actively read because I realize reading is important. If I'm well, I have a memory and I can apply that memory in my test taking. If I'm well, I understand diversity and the importance of communication. If I'm well, I'm literate when it comes to information and the technological world. And if I'm well, I can manage my stress. So wellness encompasses all of these for me. They're all important. Thanks for the opportunity.